12:25 I have to complete, right?
Ma'am,
Okay, fine. At
can you
least
like
this
upload the notes or something?
okay, I'll do that. I have done for the first chapter. Second chapter I have to do. Then I'll do this. So you have two parallel metal plates. Then the electric field between the plates in air. Think that
Ma'am, are you
there is
presenting
no.
something?
Why not? It's not seen.
No, ma'am.
No, something is. I just shared it once. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So there are the electric field is going to exist in air as well as the electric field is going to exist in dielectric medium. So the electric field between the plates, boys, the general formula is that the net electric field between two plates, the net electric field between two plates E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught, right? This is for two metal plates. Here, I can write the electric field between the plates in air, sigma by epsilon naught. You very well know, because I'm putting a right column, the surface charge density is equal to Q by A, right? So I can write it is Q upon A. This is the electric field between the plates, sorry, A epsilon naught. This is the electric field between the two plates and is.
Now, why is the electric field sigma by epsilon naught? It's supposed to be
between
2
two
epsilon.
metallic plates. So 2 epsilon naught is for single plate ball. For single plate, E is equal to sigma by 2
Your voice is
epsilon
very
naught.
low sometimes.
Now, is it fine? Is
Yes,
it
ma'am.
fine? See, the electric field for a single charged plate E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. For two charged plates of opposite charges, then the electric field between the plates, boys, I'm talking about electric field between. Should I explain that? Are you still not, boys? Because all the reasoning based question comes over here. I think so. You're not
Can you explain it,
understanding
please?
the concept. Once again, boys. I'll go for the concept what you have learned in Gauss's theorem. Now look at this. Suppose if I have a positively charged plate, then the electric field at any point, right here, so look at the direction of the electric field. It is right.
Are you like
So that
drawing or
E is
marking
equal.
something? Because we cannot see.
Yes. Can't see.
No, ma'am, we cannot see any markings.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. What I'll do is I'll disconnect. 1 second, boys. I'll disconnect from. Because each one of you are having. Boys, I'll disconnect from the BenQ screen. Now I'll go. Is it visible now, boys? Is the slides visible?
Ma'am, now it's only dark, like it's only black.
It's all black.
Only your. So wait, boys, 1 second. Okay, again, it's happening only in this class.
Ma'am, like other teachers, ma'am, they do get issues, ma'am. Like maths, ma'am, she gets like connection issues, ma'am. Like between classes twice or something, she gets cut out from the class, ma'am. But it's
Okay, 1 second. Then I'll give an instruction to the IT department. Now, is it visible, boys? Is it visible?
It's still a black screen.
1 second. Let me go for it. Because in other classes, we are not having any issues. Somewhere connectivity is a problem. Let's get us.
No, maybe you can just take whiteboard and explain us on that.
So sometimes the diagram is better to be
Diagram we
viewed,
have.
right? Is that clear now? Can you see the slides?
No, ma'am.
I can't see the slides also. Slides?
Maybe you can leave the meeting and join back.
Okay. No, is it visible now? Boss, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, screen, I think so. Fine, boys. I think you are not understanding this concept of Gauss's theorem. Boys, if I have a, now can you see what I am writing right now? Can you see? 12B, 12th standard.
There's a delay, but then we can see.
Okay, fine. Now suppose if I have a positively charged plate, the electric field at any point is given by sigma by 2 epsilon naught, right? Now look at the direction. The direction will be this way. Now suppose if I put one more metallic plate with equal amount of negative charge. Now this also creates an electric field between the space between both the plates, charged plates. Here your electric field E becomes equal to sigma by epsilon naught to epsilon naught, right? So there are two fields which are acting which is acting in space between the two charged metal plates, two electric fields which are acting along the same direction in space between the two charged metal plates. So the total electric field E becomes equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught plus sigma by 2
electric fields on
epsilon
the
naught.
right and left.
Yeah. The electric field, say E1 is the electric field due to the positive charge. E2 is the electric field due to the negative plate, but both are acting in the same direction. Because that's the direction of the direction of the electric field is radially outward for positive charge, radially inward for the negative charge. So both the fields are acting in the same direction, so they get added up. So that is why the electric field in space between two charged metal plates is sigma by epsilon naught. Is that clear? Is that clear? If you don't understand this concept, almost all your reasoning and application based questions are this. For a single
Yes, ma'am,
charged
understood.
plate, for single charged plate, the strength of the electric field at any point is sigma by 2 epsilon naught. But in space between two charged plates, one should be positive, the other one should be negative. If both are positive, it will be 0. Is that clear?
Ma'am?
No? Yes,
So the dielectric slab is between these two plates, right?
yes. The dielectric slab is between these two plates,
Electric
right?
field of the
So now
dielectric slab
you're
will
talking.
be sigma by epsilon naught.
No, I'll do that. I'll do that stepwise. Now we'll think only the electric field between the plates in air. If before introducing your dielectric medium, what will be the electric field between the plates in air? It will be, sorry, it will be E by, between the plates, it's always E by sigma by epsilon naught. What is sigma? Q by A. So this is the electric field between the plates in air. Right, boys? Write down. Write this down. Comes electric field between the plates in the dielectric slab. What will be the electric field that is acting inside the dielectric slab? This I can write it as E1. The other one I can write it as E2, which is will be equal to sigma by epsilon. Epsilon is the permittivity of the dielectric medium. Was epsilon is the permittivity of the dielectric medium. What is epsilon naught? It is permittivity of air or free space. Permittivity of air or free space. What is epsilon? It is permittivity of the medium. Permittivity of the medium, dielectric medium.
Should we write that?
Yes, boys. For your reference, so that I can write this as, and you very well know, right? The dielectric constant, whatever I'm writing in with a right column, your reference. So dielectric constant is K, and that K will be equal to epsilon by epsilon naught. Now what happens to epsilon? Epsilon will be K times epsilon naught. So that I'm substituting over here. I'm substituting for both. I'm substituting for the epsilon as well as I'm substituting for sigma. Sigma is Q by A. Epsilon is nothing but K epsilon naught. Is that clear, boys? Is that clear what I'm substituting for? Sigma is the charge density, charge per unit area, that is Q by A. Epsilon is K times epsilon naught. Right? Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Shall I go for the next slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, in the diagram, should we change EO and EP to E1 and E2?
In diagram, we have to change to yeah, E1 and E2. Yes, you can. Yes, correct, correct. You can go for E1 and E2.
Okay, ma'am.
Let me.
One, can you not remove? Can I just take screenshot?
Yeah. But I think so. Whatever I have written, it has gone.
Ma'am, it's okay. When the meeting's getting recorded.
Fine. Okay. Shall we go for the potential difference? Okay. Now look at the potential difference between the plates of the capacitor. Now, what is the general formula for potential difference, boys? The general formula for the potential difference, V is equal to E into distance. Okay? E is the strength of the electric field. This is the general formula. Now, the potential difference between the plates of the capacitor VAB will be the electric field E1. Now, this is acting in space. What is the space occupied by air? Tell me what will be the space occupied by air? E1 is the electric field in air, boys. E1 is the electric field in air. Now, what is the space occupied by air between the plates? Just check. Is it D minus T? Boys, can you check this in your
Yes, ma'am.
diagram?
T minus
Boys,
T.
look at the diagram. Yes, you have your dielectric medium having a thickness T. The air is having the distance between both the plates, right, boys? The distance between both the plates is D. So now, where is your air being filled? Air is filled in region D minus T. Is that clear? Or you have dielectric medium, right? Dielectric medium is taking a space of T from D. So the rest will be filled by air. So air is in region D minus T plus E2, the electric field inside the dielectric medium. And this acts for a distance of the thickness. Is that clear? Okay. So BAB becomes equal to what is E1? Q by A sigma naught. Q by A sigma naught into D minus T. Correct? D minus T. And E2 is Q by K A epsilon naught into T. Is that clear? Is that fine, boys? You should know D minus T. What is D minus T? Is the region which is filled with air. What is T? It is the region which is filled with the dielectric medium. Is that clear? Okay. What is the general formula for capacitance? C is equal to Q by V. So I can write the capacitance of the capacitor is Q by VAB. If I write this, what happens here? It becomes Q and Q will get cancelled. A epsilon naught divided by D minus T, right? Sorry, one second. Before going for this, let me go for this. So what is VAB? Can someone tell me what is VAB? Is Q by
Ma'am, Q by A epsilon naught
into
D minus
D
T
minus, correct, plus Q
plus
by
K
A
epsilon naught
epsilon naught into T.
into T. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
what we'll do is, okay, fine, boys. Here itself we'll readjust. So what is common factor? It is Q by A epsilon naught, boys. What is common? So it becomes T minus T plus T by K. Boys, check. Look at the common factor. Which is your common
Yes, ma'am.
factor in both cases? Sorry, K is not the common factor. Now, the capacitance of the capacitor is Q by VAB. So that I can write Q divided by Q by A epsilon naught D minus T plus T by K. C becomes equal to A epsilon naught divided by D minus T plus T upon K. This is the capacitance of the capacitor. This is the capacitance of the capacitor when you are introducing a dielectric medium. What was the capacitance of the capacitor when there is no dielectric medium? It was C by A epsilon naught by D. Now, when you have introduced, what happens when you have introduced a dielectric medium? Is that the denominator decreasing? Boys, look at the denominator when I'm introducing. Boys, when I'm introducing a dielectric medium, this is my capacitance. When I'm not introducing, this is the capacitance without dielectric medium. Without dielectric medium, this is my capacitance. With dielectric medium, this is my capacitance. Okay. Now you compare both. Look at the denominator in both the cases. Without dielectric, the thickness is D. But look at with dielectric. Is that not the denominator decreasing? In the second case, with dielectric, look at the denominator. It is less than D. Denominator is less. Compare these two. Denominator is less in second case. So what happens? Numerator will increase, which means capacitance will increase. Are you able to judge, boys? Are you able to judge with dielectric medium? The denominator of your expression d minus t by t plus k is decreasing. So when denominator decreases, the numerator, which is c, increases. So that is the reason why the capacitance of a capacitor increases when you are introducing a dielectric medium. Is that clear? Complete this, boys. So you can write, hence the capacitance of the capacitor. Hence the capacitance of the capacitor increases. Now let me go for, I'll give you one work. Let me see how you're doing. What happens when the entire space between the parallel plates is filled with the dielectric medium? Do you understand my question, boys? What happens when the entire space between the plates is filled with dielectric? Then what happens to the thickness of the plate? Yes, correct.
Will be equal
Boys,
to
it will be when the entire space between the plates is completely filled with a dielectric medium, then the thickness of the dielectric medium becomes equal to D. Yes. Okay, we'll go for the next slide. We'll put the boys, shall I go for the next one? Shall I go for the next?
Okay.
Or do you need to? Fine. I'm discarding this. Shall I discard this? Okay. Yes.
In the chat.
Yes. First, you can write special case. Right, boys. Special case. What is a special case? When the space between the plates is completely filled with the dielectric medium. Sorry, completely filled with the dielectric medium. Then what can we say? The distance between the plate becomes equal to, what is this? Distance between the plates? D is the distance between the plates. What is T? T is the thickness of the plate. So the thickness of the dielectric medium. Is that correct? So now what happens? C becomes equal to Q divided by D minus D plus D by K, your previous equation. Q by, I think so, A epsilon naught will be here. Fine. So the D and D will get cancelled. What is left? Sorry, boys, what am I doing? A epsilon naught. Okay. So what happens to your equation? It will be K into A epsilon naught divided by D. C becomes equal to K times A epsilon naught by D. What is this term? What is this term? A epsilon naught divided by D. What is this term, boys? This term is the capacitance of the capacitor when there is no dielectric medium.
Without dielectric.
Without dielectric medium. So I can write, this will be the capacitance without the dielectric medium. Sorry. Without dielectric medium.
Ma'am,
Yes.
A epsilon D is the capacitance without the active medium. So in this we can like write C equals to Kc.
Yeah, K C dash or something, right? Or C0.
Yeah,
So
like
now that
C is equal
why
to
you
ma'am when it is filled with dielectric medium. So we'll have C dash from so
completely.
K C dash.
If you want, I'll put C dash.
Ma'am?
So what happens? The capacitance increases by K times. Fine, boys. What I'll do is only one derivation. 1 second, boys. Only one derivation is left. Wait. Only one derivation is left before that, just for the weekend, that I will do it later. Just current electricity. There's only a few minutes left. I'll just start with current electricity. Right, but only one derivation is left. Next session, when I'm starting with current electricity, I'll finish that derivation. Now look at the motion of electrons in a conductor. If I take a piece of copper wires, no, right? I'm just taking a piece of copper wire. Yes, sir. Now, if you see this animated one, what can you see about it? All these are motion of your valence electrons. Are the valence electrons moving in a particular direction? See what happens if I take a metallic conductor, even at room temperature, your electrons will be in motion. Valence electrons are jumping from one atom to the other atom. They are continuous in motion, but they don't move in a particular direction. That is the reason the total velocity of the electron, because velocity is a vector quantity. Are you clear, boys? Electrons will have speed, but velocity will be zero, because one moves 5 centimeter up means the other electron will move 5 centimeter per second down. So the net velocity will be zero. Now what happens when an electron is placed in an electric field? Now here, can you see two metal plates, positive and negative? So under the influence of electric field, what is going to happen? All these electrons will start moving in the same direction. Then you have a net velocity. Such velocity, we call it as drift velocity. So the next chapter, current electricity, is divided into three parts. The first part will be all about the motion of electrons in an electric field. Actually, it starts with Ohm's law, then it goes for resistivity, then comes resistivity, resistance, all those things you have learned in your lower grade. Keep this in mind, boys. If I take a piece of metal, any conductor, a wire of any conductor, it doesn't mean the electrons are not in motion. The electrons, valence electrons, jump from one atom to the other atom. They're in motion, but still why current is not flowing? The reason the current is not flowing is that they are in random motion. But under the influence of electric field, which under the influence of electric field means what you need to do is that both the ends of the metallic wire, you have to connect it to a power supply, battery. Now the battery will create an electric field. Under the influence of electric field, these electrons keep moving in certain direction. Then you will get the flow of current. That was, so you will be studying about the flow of currents, all these things in this chapter. As I wanted to start, I started. So when I come back on Sunday, whatever is left in the previous chapter, it hardly takes 5 to 7 minutes. Then we'll start with current. Thank you, boys.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Can
you,
you
ma'am.
please upload the notes
Thank
for
you,
these
ma'am.
two chapters?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.